Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the
Whoa.
War Tactics Paint Competition. Here we are for the Stompa. Time for you guys represented. We have a lot of awesome Stompas that were put into the competition. Some cool kit bashes, paint jobs. So we did select 2 winners. Here, of course, we have David, my cousin. He's also the guy behind the scenes on Wall Taxes, getting all the other work done that I can't ever do. So here we go, boys. It is live. This is very interactive. The whole point of this stream is for the community to show you guys off. So whatever you guys got to say it now. Oh, that's what he said. I thought we were starting at 8:30. That's what he said. And here we go. Let's get stuck in. That's what we at, boys. So first off, we have our get. Oh, man, I messed it up. We have our get with the first initial entry. And you were quick to be the very first one, because I remember when I was announcing it, like the same exact day, my boy right here ended up putting his in. Now, David.
Yeah, if you ain't first, you're last. Right?
If you ain't first, right? And that's why I wanted to put that first picture in the at the starting intro, because our boy Bashmeck was absolutely just the first person to put his pictures in. Now, remember, if you see any on here, for the most part, pretty much everybody had a bunch of pictures, but I can't fit all of them into the slides and then have like 80 slides, so everybody gets one slide for the most part besides the winners, and then I just select a couple of pictures that are nice and clear, but there are more detailed pictures and close-ups. So shout out to Bashmeck. David, what do you think? I'll let you go first because I know what I like. What do you think?
Oh, the first thing that I noticed is that belly gun.
You okay? The belly gun, absolutely. I missed the belly gun. Now, for people who didn't know, there's the custom Stompa and the Stompa. And the custom Stompa typically has the belly gun, and yeah, these are where the Forge World add-ons come into play. So and this will go with what we'll talk about later, because we actually have the lore, right, David, because we like to discuss lore on our boys here. So this most likely is what you would call a Big Mac Stompa, because he'd have even more guns and cannons in that kind of case, but he has his big old pitbull head is what I actually really like. That giant pitbull head he has. Now, I'm not sure about the claw arm. I'm a big fan of just the big chainsword and such. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big fan of that. Putting 50 wounds into Canis Rex with just one chop, and then he fights on death and he takes you with him. Like, ah. But ultimately, that's what I really like. In the end, great job by Bashmeck. Thank you for the entry. I like the blue scheme because blue ones lucky. And of course, shout out to, like you said, the Forge World add-ons, because those are OG gangster from when I started. I remember I wanted these on my Stompa, but I didn't have a Stompa yet. So thank you for being the entry. And if you ain't first, you last.
Yeah,
so
also like the claws, because it looks like this Stompa likes to get in the clinch.
Okay.
Stuck in.
Okay, this Stompa, he'll grab you, he'll hold you in place and shoot you with his belly. Like,
you
say, okay, that was a little weird. All right, I want to see me do that. All right, yeah. Whoa, for Bashmeck. And then we move on.
Oh, this one's super colorful.
Oh, this one's my boy. This guy, his name was just Nuts, just so you know. N-U-T-S. That's what his name was. You mean
just Nuts, or
no?
Like
it was
Nuts.
just no. It's just how it was. It was Nuts. It just said Nuts as his entry name. Yeah. So it is what it is. But very, very colorful, and it was 2 Stompas, or it looks like that he has both have like the same, scheme for. Now, the fact that it was a little bit dark and then he like blackened out the back, I think it helps just because of like the color scheme that he has,
right?
Because you can see he did like some kind of picture editing for it. David, what do you think so far about these?
I like how he was able to like just highlight certain spots with a mix of colors, and it all somehow blends. Like, he
did good with this airbrush. He just was able to fit some certain spots, make it more shiny and stand out those spots you want to see. The lights, the bunker position from that Stompa's shoulder, the chain blade, he has a little bit of like a hazard look on it, and then the eye slits of the Stompa themselves. And the fact that he has 2 of them, or is this just the same guy just edited both times?
No,
it looks like it's 2. Horns. Oh yeah, and this guy has on top. There's a dude popping out the top. So this is 2 different ones. So you painted them both. That means I hope you're taking them both to an event that you're called Nuts. You know what I mean? So I think that you most likely were going nuts and decided you're going to bring 2 of these. And I don't know about you guys, but I've always thought about it. You just end up not able to move anywhere. But as soon as GW allows us to move through terrain, guys, we're taking 2 Stompas. But because gets like me and you that want to do that, that's why GW won't allow us to have a Stompa for less than 800 points. Because if it was up to you guys and guys like this dude Nut, right, we would be taking 3 Stompas to a competition if they allowed us to. So thank you, Nuts, for being ready to, you know, get stuck in and take both your Stompas to an RTT or a GT and try to win some games. I look forward to hearing from you. And then we have my boy Ecop with 5 War Tactic gifted memberships. Whoa, thank you for the support you get, like always. Much love. Super OG, you've been around for a hot minute, and I'm pretty sure you actually have an entry this time, which is really nice to see. And from what I remember, you did a really good job. So thank you for supporting and participating as you always do. You get, and remember, if you get one of these, shout out to him. Put some more bosses in chat for Ecop. We do have an after action report, which is like a bat rep, but because it's not live with video and such, it's just pictures and me kind of giving you side play by play as we go through. I call it after action report. So thank you, Ecop. Go check that out. See how we did. Let me know in the comments. And thank you for the support you get, because we look forward to your entry too. And we move on with you gets because we do have like 30 entries. So let me get through these, because I'm gonna be here all day if I don't start hustling a little bit. So then we move on to third. We got Ascaroth. He says, here's my entry, my freebooter junk Stompa, overrun by grots and snotlings. And yeah, actually, you hopefully this picture kind of does help to see, but if you're looking at the screen, you can see he has an extra amount of grots. Like even on his chain blade of his Stompa, that little green dot right there, that is a Stompa hanging off by one arm. He has like a little staircase along the belly of it where there's extra. If you look in the back, he added extra staircases and random little platforms for all the grots. So this is an extra busy one. I remember back in the day when the Stompa would heal on its own, D3, which didn't feel that significant, but the Stompa used to have 40 wounds. So it kind of was, even if you could hear D3, and it would be the Grot Riggers would be running around healing it. So that's what this one really reminded me of. And then he has a banner. Yeah. So remember, if you're taking, you have 4, exactly. You have 4 banners. And so you having 4 banners, Grots everywhere. This is super thematic. I absolutely love it. It's his freebooter one. That's why he has 4 dudes. He thinks he's Straw has Stompy out here. You know what I'm saying? So this is really great to see. Ascaroth, did he say? He said it's a little bit of an older paint job. He said maybe he'll fix it someday, but not today. So if this is old, man, imagine your legendary status now, probably, right? I see you out there too, Rick B. You were supportive. I seen you in your entries, you guys. And yeah, all you guys in comments, Lucas, Flynn, what's up, you guys? Oh, active chat right now. Ecom, Tooth Snatcher, we see you out there too. And but yeah, great scheme overall. That it was like subtle red, white to the actual big skull, and then you gave it like a nice rustic look. Everything's quite distinguished. You can see all the skulls that are pointed out along on the back as well. The copper, but then some of it looks rusty. It's good to tell the difference on what actually looks like it's still in motion, like your guns. When I look at the pictures, it's not like everything's just a big rust ball. It looks like some stuff was maintained by the Grots. So it's the perfect blend of like functionally Mech Boy worked on and actual old battle damage / dirty / rustic kind of look. So great job by that. Absolutely love this one. This one really reminds me of like the fact that there's 2 different Stompas, right, David? Did you interesting to find out. Yeah, did you know this? That there's actual variants.
I knew they were all unique in their own sense, depending on who builds them, but I didn't know there was different like classes, I guess you could say.
There's actual 2 different class variations of Stompas that we came to find out. And you actually remind me of that, Ascaroth. David, you can tell me more about that, but I'm going to move on to the next one, which is a weird class of Stompa, but hey, it counts as a Stompa, I guess. I wonder who this one. This one's our boy Aaron. What's up, Aaron? Aaron Burnerboy. With this was a printed one, but I allowed it. He asked just because he has all the big guns. It definitely looks like he has more guns than a Gork or a Mork.
Is that a gas on top?
And it can hold a gas on top that acts like he's shooting out the big shooter. So for the sake of thematicness and funness, it was allowed in the competition just to show off the uniqueness of the model. Not necessarily a Stompa, but he can play it as a Stompa, and that's good enough for our competition here. As for his paint job, I like the brassness on his chin. Maybe a little more rusty, I guess, but I can see this being a work in progress. What I really loved was his tongue. He took a picture of close up on the tongue of the big old squig print. It looks really bumpy and detailed, kind of nasty. So I like that. So he did a good job with the tongue and the fact that Gaz can sit on the top of it. So thank you for your entry and actually painting that get up. And I love that. That's the cool thing about printing. People always have something to say, like either they want to do their whole armies like it because GW kind of gets us all mad this whole edition, especially very justified. But I see it as a way to like supplement your collection a lot. Like, you know, my Mega Noms, I have a Mega Nom units printed, and then I have a box of Brute Boys that I was going to convert to another one. Then I have a different variation of printed ones, and then I have the actual GW ones. So some's like a kit bash, some's a real ones, and then some's a print, right? I like that. You have 3 units, 3 different distinguishing ways to put them. So that's what I like about printing, and this is why I'm still in support of this. So thank you very much, Burnerboy Aaron. But speaking of Mech Boys, we had my boy Resk. He said, "Here's my Stompa that he made when he was first getting into orcs." And he said, "You know what? I think I can make it out of scraps, making it look like rivets." He said it was made out of junks. To him, it looked like it was just a lunchbox. So then he thought he could do it, and he said, yeah. And he said it was made out of junk that he put together. And he did have a low quality camera that he called potato camera, but he tried to give us some shots anyways. So he understood that he had some junk camera, but bear with us and thank you for still entering it. Now on top, you can see that he actually has like a weird open top platform.
Yeah, it's like a tower.
Yeah, it's like a tower, and it has Gatling guns on top of it, and it can hold like 3 or 4 models. And if you look at his pictures, and it's really tall. And then he makes the big cannon, actually Steph cannon, look like a big long cannon. He puts some missiles on the sides of it. It's funny because he has exhaust sitting out the back of it, and then a big ladder. I actually like the big exhaust as well. You never really like. There's the ones that are coming out the top. One big one he has, but he still felt like, well, I'm gonna have some short change ones coming out the back. So I like that. He did a really good job considering this was a just junk build essentially, right?
Yeah, he said he used sprue glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very hard to work with.
Yeah, very hard to work with.
It looks very orky.
It did, and he still pulled it off. Looks orky. It's big and going to be hard to move around the table anyway, so no one's going to ever challenge you on it. And I love to see when you can see the orcs on the side with like manning the shooter. On the belly, you can see some grots looking like they're pushing the gun cannon to the side so it can actually get a better line of fire or something like that. The mouth is open, so you can imagine people are looking straight out the mouth a little bit instead. So it has all these different unique features, and it's a cyborg. Right? So which is cool about Stompas is that, you know, in general, they are made with different variations, customized by the mech boys that are working on them. Usually multiple mech boys, but there's only one big mech that's really in charge and kind of naming the whole thing. And it becomes the whole identifier of that person. And we're not speaking of just the variants. David, do you want to say what the variants are as we move on to the next one? We don't have to go into full detail, but, you know, what is this Stompa variant we speak of?
So there's one called the Golf Claw Stompa. So obviously it's popularized by the Golfs.
Yeah, the Golfs.
Yeah, I guess the major things, it replaces the Def Cannon with a standard close combat arm and 2 piston-driven big claws.
There we go.
So that first one we saw looked like it was a Golf Claw, claw Stompa.
Yeah, the one with the Forged World, he does look like he has 2. That makes more sense. He has a belly gun, and then but both his hands, because his hands are both free to do combat. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, the other one's the one that we think of most, like this one where it's got the big cannon and the chainsword axe. And
they can have 2 guns sometimes in the Big Mac, or what? Does the Big Mac one sometimes have 2 guns?
I think
we'll look at that. Yeah, but as for my get right here, this is Arson B2K. It looks like he's still somewhat of a work in progress. Sometimes I don't accept them, but also, you know, it's pretty easy to identify work in progress that he was probably working on the back and easily take it off, put it on, gonna glue it. But I like to start. You can see he has that belly working already. Oh, yeah. More of like a sadistic orc smile, and I really appreciate that. Red and white, sometimes an underutilized color because orcs like to just say like, well, that's for Cult of Speed or something.
Right. Stompas aren't that fast.
Yeah, Stompas aren't that fast. They definitely are not, and they can't go through terrain over it. So, but great job for the work in progress. Keep it up. I like what you're doing with the belly and the customization. And thank you for that, Arson, because we appreciate that war support. And we move on to our get the grumpy Orc.
The Crumpy Orc.
The Crumpy Orc. I don't know. I always mess up your name. You're my favorite kid too. The Crumpy Orc. I love this guy. I always told him too that I actually like this when people pull this off, when they actually can make it kind of green,
right?
And still not make it look just odd as an orc unit. It's almost like it's radiating kind of WAAAGH energy, like just the best way to put it. Like it's radiating constantly. It reminds people in a different way, and I like that for mechanized unit. I do have a green unit of cans, but they're not that green. And I've been adding more bright green. Shout out to, if you guys haven't been using this, right? Acryl. I've been using this new paint that I've been come across. I actually like how it pops a bit, right? And not as much as that, but you can use other paints, obviously. But I like when my orcs are kind of popping more. I've always said this in the past, but I'm starting to paint them up again more and more to be more bright, because I just want that impact on the field. That's what I like about this Stompa, is it has its really distinct popping features.
I like the little grot on the rocket too with a hammer.
Oh my god!
Like he's actually gonna hit the rocket and just blow himself up.
Oh my god! Who would let him on there, dude? This is what's happening, guys. When you're playing with your Stompa and you take 6 to 9 mortal wounds when you roll hazardous, it's because this idiot freaking hit the rocket while he was still on the arm and blew yourself up. All right, so that Stompa, that little grot that David pointed out is the issue. All right, that's your hazardous roll. Okay, if that idiot sets off the rocket when he's in your arm, that's the D3 that's the flat 3 mortals you be taking when you're shooting. All right, sorry about it, but the Crumpy Orcs got it right. That's what's happening. We should have more of those models on the field. So thank you to that. And then we move on to the legend. So the legend with his entry, again with these hanging off grots. I love these. I think these are coming off the Rucker Truck Squig Buggies or something. Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm not exactly sure where people get all these hanging Gretchen, and I freaking love it. As for the blue scheme, David, how do you feel about blue? You like blue orcs?
Oh, I love blue. And the contrast with the metallic, body, it just looks really good.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started, I thought I was gonna make my orcs death skulls. That's what this really reminds me of, because I was having like a similar color, like that exact same blue, some white as well, and I was starting to paint all my orcs a certain clan. I ended up moving away from that and just trying to have like I'm purple, so I have like a kind of what I consider neutral. That way I could be any clan, but that's what I wanted to be at first, because I can't paint yellow. It's too hard. But yeah, so that skulls is where it's at. Love the orc coming out of the Stompa. Can you imagine? You're just a gigantic Stomp inside a gigantic Stompa, and then you're just at the top like, yeah, I'm going to shoot you with my pistol. Like, what? All right, dude. Like, fucking idiot. But that's how we love the orcs, right? So thank you, the legend, for the entry. As always, and the support. Much love. You get, whoa, and your orcs are purple too, Lucas. Yeah, dude, I love that orcs could be purple, because then they can be camouflage and cunning, just like this get right here. As we move on to Patty Mick with his WAAAGH Stompa. So he ain't purple, so he ain't too camouflage, but he is camouflage. Now, if you're looking at the screen, take a minute to squint your eyes a little bit, maybe, but he actually has 2 baby knights as his arms. Each arm is a baby knight. And so if you're wondering, it absolutely is. He modified the legs, so the legs are actually a claw hand, and then on the other one, it's like a big gun. And then he has his belly gun, and then on top, David, what is that?
Yeah, it's the Onrigger Doomcrawler.
So he has the top of the Onrigger Doomcrawler head.
That's awesome.
That's sick, right? I was looking at this. So he's a scavenged unit, and he's painted well with his camouflage. This guy was in consideration, like top, I think he ended up top 5, top 6 of it. Very nice look. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He has like an orc G.I. Joe look, but he's a blood axe. So he's taking camouflage, even though I don't know what tree he's hiding behind or what forest he's hiding behind, and not simply bowling over, right? Because I'm not saying there aren't trees that aren't as big as a Stomp in the 40K universe. I'm sure there is, but I'm sure he's just running them over if they are, right? So the camouflage probably didn't come into play, but I still appreciate it, right? If he doesn't move, like
just behind like a California,
and then he's like, here's my red head though, just don't shoot this with the las cannon. He said G.I. Joe, kind of like a snake eyes. I like, and what is kind of cool is with his little visor head, he has that doom crawler gun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like where he's looking, he's shooting, which I really, really like whenever orcs have the like I think the orc custom Stompa that this guy's kind of taking after because he has the belly gun, did have like a gaze of Mork or something where it like shot lasers out of its eyes. So this is what he kind of reminds me of. Like he's not shooting lasers, but he is shooting that Arminger, Doomcrawler head, just making it, you know what I'm saying? They're just out of his face. So great job on this, dude, Patty Mick. I love it. There's a bunch of other pictures of this that you guys can pull up. Maybe should I try to share? Let me see. You'll be able to share some of these. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Oh.
Hey, you were questioning whether the camouflage would work.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it works well enough that the Grots couldn't find the Stompa because I don't see any Grots on this.
Oh, sure, you're right.
There's a few, but
so as you can see here, this is his arm. If you're looking at the screen, and he has Orc Boy come popping out the arm, trying to fix it and hold it together. So that was a great job right there. If you look at the screen real quick. I'll leave this up for a second. So there's a dude popping out of the arm like, I got this ball. My arm was coming off. I bumped into that tree too hard, right? So this was really cool. It was really too cool model. Definitely different with its approach and what he was doing. Let's see. Is there another picture I'm going to point out? Maybe the face of this. Right here. Oh,
what was it?
Sorry for this custom job. I know it's a paint competition. If this was a custom job competition, my get would be winning that right now. But yeah.
Well, it's fitting for the Stompa lore, right?
Yeah,
since
it is.
Everything's custom made.
Absolutely. But as you can see, boom, great job. The paneling. There's a Grot.
Right
there's
there.
a Grot sticking his head out. We found him. We have to zoom in. We found him though. There he is, just destroyed from a baby in that right there. So awesome, dude. Thank you very much, Patty Mick. Those were great. That's a great custom job that we had to kind of stop upon. Here's our boy. Oh, there's our boy Ecop. Dang. Okay. Well, that's not there. Ooh, Ecop, you're not next. Sorry, buddy. And then we have my boy Wapo. Whoa, let's go, Wapo. Again, always supporting like always. And this is a mix, right? He's half yellow, but still half mechanical. I kind of like that because it's like they were kind of working on it, and they're like, we got to get going, hurry up. Like, okay, stop. Let's keep going. Get in there. And just started shooting because they just got stuck in combat too early. I don't mind it, but it also just gives it a little bit of a different look.
Yeah, sure. He's got a lot going on top too with the
checker
antennas and
he has a bunch of checker pad. Oh, he has that extra antenna, dude. Who are you communicating with? This guy, he doesn't have a shield. That's what I'm talking about. Orcs have their priorities wrong. He probably has a speaker here so he can tell the hive city that he's moving towards that he's coming.
Right.
That's why he got a radio. There's someone in there yelling like, "We coming, you guys! Get ready! You want to pop a scrap?" The whole time. It's like, yeah, you could have made a shield generator from there instead, right? But
I was gonna say the Stompa's got Starlink.
Okay, yeah, that's a perfect. Yeah, it's a two-tone look. I like that two-tone look. Yeah, it has a Starlink when he's coming to attack the Hive City or whatever he's attacking, whatever they call those citadels from the Imperium, from the Space Marines. He's screaming at them on the way there, and then he has a good job for all the checker pattern too. Yeah. Along that, dude. So you did a great job, Wapo, as always. Much love, homie. I look forward to that orc knob you're looking to send me. That we're talking about. So thank you very much, homie. Beautiful stuff here. Two tones, like people said. Still got the checker pattern going. Weird little Starlinks things going on. Yelling all the commands to the gits. That's what we want to see. Thanks for getting stuck in, lad. Oh, where the Grots at? And he has a big old crimson chin, though, right? What do you have? Extra big chin from this? Maybe it's just a picture. Look, your chin's looking extra wide, boy. But I like that. It looks like he has a battle wagon in his chin. That's what I was going to say. The front of the battle wagon is what's like in front of his chin. So he has like an extended chin. So another thing right there. Great job right there. I appreciate that. Beautiful stuff, Wapo. And then we go to our boy, Orc Daggers. So Orc Daggers has won paint competition before. So if you're wondering why he wasn't a winner or considered or why I put both here, is because since he's already won, I might as well let him be showed off. So here we go. He has two Stompas here. One that you've probably seen for the advertising of the competition, and then another one because he's a crazy git on the side of that. So David, what do you think?
I mean, I love Orc Daggers' work, his kit bashing, and then how he can utilize that yellow.
Mm-hmm.
It just pops real nice.
Yeah, for real. Look at this. It looks like he just has its own weathering. It really looks like some orcs were out there with their overused paintbrush that they never cleaned or thinned out the paint on, which is what I appreciate about it. Some spots look like really thick. Some spots look like they got brushed up on, dirty, all types of stuff. And then the plasma gun, he has that going. The eyes,
even just like the jagged teeth,
yeah,
small detail.
The big old jagged teeth, big old jagged teeth. But yeah, love that. Again, then we'll do a close up shot over here on the dude's head. In case you guys wanted to see that. So he's won other paint competitions, so he knew that. But thank you very much for competing anyways, Orc Daggers, and showing this off. Of course, remember, if you want to see any more of these pictures of any of these models, they are in the Discord. The paint competition, Discord's free, so jump up in there and let people know what you think. Thank you very much to Daggers. Whoa, from Aussie Down Under as you get this guy. And tell us what you call this guy in the stomp in the right, and why did you end up making him? You just wanted two? You just wanted two, right? There's another dude that I can see going out there and going to an event and taking both, because I know you're a crazy dude, with your swig off. You were doing an index hammer all the time. And I love the belly gun. Both of these look like they have adequate firepower. I mean, that gun on the right, for that's one Stompa that's on, if you're looking at the screen, he's on your left. But that looks like he has 12 guns on his one arm. Yeah. And one of them is a giant super rocket, which is appropriately what it's called. And then his actual plasma meth cannon, which the fact that it looks like a plasma cannon makes up for the, like, okay, this is why I take mortals and the hazardous rolls, because that looks like you blow yourself up. Right. That arm looks like you blow yourself up, absolutely. So shout out to Orc Daggers, and we move on to I didn't say that. My ballsack. My ballsack. Yeah. I don't think that's no. Oh, okay. Maybe it is my ballsack. No, I don't think it's your name, bro. But sorry if it isn't. I don't know. Or Rook. We'll just call you Rook. Okay, we'll keep that to ourselves. Anyway, so you have our boy Rook here with his Stompa. Now on the right, it looks like, or if you're looking at the screen on your right, that looks like a Gargant, but he put a picture of just one of each. And I thought, I'm just going to show you. Not really often that you get to see a straight up Gargant or something. Or because in reality, like we said, there are variants, but there's even more variants than that. Because there's Stompas, but then there's Gargants, Mecha Gargants, Super Gargant. They're like all types of crazy variations. I could actually pull it up. I had a thing right here. Oop, where is it? Oh, I'll pull it up again if I get a chance. There's like a chart that was showing all the gets. Oh, here there. Why can't I zoom in on that? Oh, you can see it. There's Super Gargant, Mech Boy Gargant, Slasher Gargant, Great Gargant. Huh?
I said you'd have sure.
Oh, no, I'm not sure. I'm just reading them because they're too small for them to see on screen. So I thought, anyways, because they have that, I'm like, I'll let it be, because it's not too often. He says they're both Stompas. They both do have the Stompa chassis, correct? And he wants them, but this guy, based off we're looking at it, the lore, it looks like a Gargant body, Gargant build, but it does have the Stompa body. It does. That's why I kept it up in the picture. I'm just saying it gave me the recollection of a Gargant, and this is the variety it could have, right? So I really like that. But yeah, it is a Stompa body. That's why it's still up here on the picture. So I added it anyways. And for once, at backplate, and this is Rook right here. What's up, Rook? Yeah, same body. Whoa! Shout out to you. I see you. He said I lost the arms at the bunch of moves. That's he said I lost the arms, bro. So I just added a wrecking ball. Can you imagine you get into combat with the Stomp and you're like, whoa. And that looks like it's 10 damage though.
Yeah, that looks like it smashes.
That looks, dude. That looks like that would stamp. That would crush in his Rex. Absolutely love that. Love the paint scheme. It's bright where it should be. It's dark where it isn't. Like, in the padding. The paneling of this, some rustic. Really nice paint job of red and yellow, checker pattern on his face, the banner sticking out, the face features, some of those banners that actually have little paintings on them and skulls for the paneling, but then you gave the weapons the rustic look, the checker pattern on the weapon to keep it pretty classic look on that too. So you didn't take away anything from the distinguishing features, and you also found a good way to make the lights look different when making them green. So I like that too. David, what do you think for the Gargant on the right?
Yeah, the custom one. I love all the custom weapons. He's got all the rockets underneath, like his armpit.
Yeah.
The big belly gun.
Yeah.
He's got all the DACA and that big old Wrecking ball.
And then he has checker pattern on there too. Love all the checker pattern you're doing, dude. Phenomenal with that. And like David pointed out, the redundant amount of rockets, the cool gun on his left with the little gun on top of it, dude sticking out the top. And then he almost looks like he actually has a custom force field.
Right.
Almost like he has a custom force field. But we move on. Great job to you, Rook. Beautiful stuff. And then we move on to our boy, Talk Blackhawk. He said, I know this is one of my first gets. I know he's not winning any competitions, but he's still getting stuck in there, lads. That's what I want to see. So thank you very much, Talk. You know what, though? Very bold of you in one of your first models ever to go for yellow, because that's what I wanted to do, and I wasn't confident enough. But the fact that you're not only confident enough to do it, but then you're going to show it off, that's encouraging to other people, and that's why I want to do this. And you're an orc. You never get scared, boy. You don't care about get that. You got thick skin. So great job here for picking yellow. Of course, just because you have the base now, you can paint over this and make it pop in the future when you have more time.
He's got a good foundation.
But it's also better gray, right? Better than gray, boy. So you got in there and you painted it. If you wanted to take this, you know, when the Stompa time was calling this edition, you could be like, hey, I'll get in there. Let's go. And just you can do it now. And really, dude, if you come in here and you just highlight some different areas on here, like the outside of some panels and the top of those hooked teeth, maybe his eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? The tip of the gun. If you just add some brightness to this and a different kind of color, maybe like a rustic look over that gray that you have going, you can already make this look a little bit better right off the bat. So don't put yourself down, but I know you're not, because you entered him into the competition. Yeah. So thank you very much. Let's get a whoa for Uftak not being scared, not being too tough for the gray. And now we have our boy, don't look up, 007. Okay, I had to look up. Dude. You told me not to look up. Now I'm scared. Only one picture, a little small, but I had to push it out. This looks like this would have a lot of detail if you would have put more pictures on it as well. I like the fading from red to black, as if over time, from how he kind of drags and walks his body and the amount of exhaust and dirt that would be on the ground and debris, he'd slowly get more dirty from bottom to the top. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, usually we don't give credit to additional models in the pictures, but I couldn't help but notice all the checker pattern on the choppas of all the orc boys.
Yeah, and him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to see that it's in matching with the army, right? Yeah. You don't get any extra points for a competition, for the paint competition, but it is still pretty sick to see. I like that he even has little I don't know if it's checkers, but on the barrel of the gun that he has coming out the belly, on top of different kind of checkered of white and red, I guess, and I'm not used to seeing that one either. And you can see this is a variation, like it was red and white, and then slowly went to black and white as the colors faded around and changed on this. So I really liked this model here from our get. Don't look up. Impressive, beautiful thing here. Would actually like more pictures of this if there was, but hey, I'm happy you put any on all. So thank you for that. For getting stuck in, lad. And we move on to our boy
Garrick.
He says, Barbie's biggest ride. What do you call him, Barbie yourself? What do you mean, dude?
I'm glad he made it.
Yeah, who's the Barbie, dude? You know what I do like? He has some rust. If you look at the bottom of his Barbie skirt, right? If you look at the bottom of Barbie bot skirt, he has some rust going on there. He has grots with like a frying pan getting ready for the kitchen. I don't know what he's doing down there. But do you see that grot at the bottom? He really is. I'm not making it up. He has a grot down there. And then in the front, he still keeps the rust on the face, the damage, the weathering. I really like this freaking sick model. Even with the pink, I don't care. Bright, like I said, I like bright colors on there on the table. And then I bet your rest of your army kind of matches it. And also, I'm someone who also wants a neutral kind of color that is not necessarily one clan. So I get why you kind of went for something different. Even if he's the only model that is like this, it's like, so what? When are you really getting to use him anyways? But I'm pretty sure I've seen the rest of your models, and I know that all of them are like this. So very unique how you have a white and then pink. And it's when you're playing with these colors, how you apply the weathering and the dirt and such like that, and the battle damage can really increase how awesome the models look. And you did a really great job on these. What do you think about your Barbies, David?
I just saw someone's comment. That was funny.
What's which one? Read it. Yeah, what's up?
Kate Flynn's like, Barbie's been a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut, a gigantic orc robot.
Vegetarian.
Is limited edition. One of one.
Barbie's been all these things. Barbie's been a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut, a Stompa gargano. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That was great.
That was a good one. Yeah, Barbie's been able to do everything. Right? Barbie's been able to do it all. So I love to see it. Great comment. I will end it on that comment. Just because Barbie can do it all. And we move on to Dr. Waffle Pants, 138th. And that's a unique name. He said, "It's the grot mess you gets." All right, cool. I love it, dude. This is crazy to be able to get this going on. If this was a Christmas custom one going, absolute win. This would be an absolute win. But it's bold to just be like, I'm gonna make my whole Stompa one giant Orc Christmas tree. I love it. That's the spirit of the holiday, is how you use your Stompa. And imagine if you did take this to the tabletop, you're just jingling all the way down the field into combat. Jingling Christmas music. Oh, you're just shooting stuff and slapping it away. So yeah, that's pretty sick. And then as for the chat, it said, "Can I still?" No, we can't send it now because I do the slides and everything for that. But remember, do a paint competition. Always be on the lookout for that. The last day on this one was the 21st. So if you didn't put it by the 21st, you're not in this one. But thank you. We still had like 30 entries. Yeah. So that's a good amount for Stompas. You know, we try to get some time. This time we gave like 2 months or something, 2.5 months. So yeah, and we'll announce the next paint competition right after this. So yeah,
we're gonna decide on that.
So yeah, and so thank you for our boy right here, Dr. Waffle Pants. Very, very unique, very, very thematic and holiday. We had a third judge, just so you know, because me and David sometimes have to break our ties. Yeah, so we had a third person that was up in here that I played a game with earlier, my boy Frank. And we was like, dang, I never seen that. That was awesome. He's like, if this was a Christmas thing, you'd win right off the bat. So love it, dude. Nice for showing that off. You know, keep it in your back pocket for the holidays. You can post this around everywhere. So
I wonder if it lights up.
If it lights up, I gotta see that. If it lights up, I gotta see that. I don't even know where to begin where you started working on this and getting this idea, but I'm here for it, dude. I'm here for it whenever people do that. So thank you, Mr. Waffle Pants. Beautiful stuff, beautiful customization. You still gave it weathering on the bottom as well. He looks like he has his little dirty skirt. And he still looks like he's trying to swipe at someone with that. Jump him there. Oh! So he's still in combat, hopefully, dude. You're still getting stuck in with this kid, with this candy cane pushing mint peppermint patty rockets. You know what I mean? A little awesome. Little elf cone on the top. You know, that's awesome. He has a Christmas grot on top of him. Yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Kyle noticed it. Hold on. Let me. No, Flynn noticed it. Here we go, guys. I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah.
I'll pull it up.
I didn't even see that.
Boom. He said, "Don't notice me, Flynn. I'm a tree topper. Don't notice me." And then the Jolly Stompa,
the true star.
There he is. So they ditched the star and they had the Christmas wall get right up on there. So that was a good call out. You guys noticed him and he was coming in last. Was there someone else? No, but that was it. That was.
There's a little reef in the cannon. I didn't see the belly cannon in the front.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a reef around it.
Oh, you didn't notice? Actually, I'll show this off too, because this is thematic. Boom. Here's a nice little reef on that Stompa belly, and there's a bunch of shooters coming off the top where the Christmas grot is. So a lot of work behind this. I really like to see it. Beautiful stuff. He took the big shooter bunker on the side and he put it on the side of the Stompa. You can see too, right here. So very nice kit bashing. And we move on to our boy, the Gabagool. What is that? That's his name. That's his name, right? Gabagool. He said the Mad Max Fury Grots. David, you want to read that?
My lead death dealer in Mad Max themed army of Dread Mob.
Let's go, the Dread Mob, Mad Max. So he has a Mad Max theme here. I liked this. It does look like it's been in the desert all its life, just moving forward, getting stuck in.
Yeah, it's a very unique sand tone color he's got going on.
Yeah, and he said it's Mad Max, so he has to have that black. Still kept the Orc checkers, though. Let's go. Still kept the Orc checkers. As Ecop said, the weathering here. Weathering is on point right here. Love it. And what else was he saying? Yeah, and he's a part of his Dread Mob army. When our third paint competition person was saying is he was surprised that you still had it look so uniform without adding any other colors. Right. That's what Frank was pulling out. That like he still pull it out. and stuff like that. You can see even like that little platform on his gun rockets where it is has even more rust. Like there's a grot peeing his pants on there or something while he's under fire. So this was a very, very unique. I never seen one that was kind of like all, not think maybe a couple colors here and there, but still had its tonality, you know, its theme. And I bet looking beside an army of it would be like, dang, that whole army is just straight up crawled out of the desert and with everything rusty that it could put together. How can you even not find enough scrap metal to put this guy on? And then he said, witness me. Yes, let's go. And the spikes look like they're going to come off. And he kept the checker pattern. That's what I was going to say. He kept the orc checker pattern, and it's a beautiful death dealer. You get, let me see if I can get one more picture here just to get a little bit more so you can see the detail on his weathering. Boom. There we go. If you guys look at the screen now, I want to get the detail. Because that's what he was going for, right? He obviously wasn't going for some bright colors and, you know, cool, super baby patterns of beautiful colors. He was like, nah, man, this is all battle damage, all rust, all Mad Max. So shout out to you, get in that time. Good job looking like you get stuck in all the time, you rusty get. Awesome. Yeah, Flynn, awesome. It was awesome. And they move on to
the Nefarious School.
The Nefarious School.
Yeah, we got a lot of ghouls.
Yeah, we got. I know we have so many orc ghouls up in here. Did you guys play Age of Sigmar or something? What's up? Yeah. So he had his pink. I like how he took this picture himself. He only put 3 pictures. One of them with his whole army, and the other one with this dude tipping out like he's in an actual after action report or live bat rep where he's like, nah, dude, this guy's on the field, and this is how he would look if you're in a building. Like he's your height, pointing the gun directly at you, like, yeah, I gotcha. That's how he looks right there. So Dave, what do you think?
That light just really pops, makes me think like if it was dark and that's all you saw, you know you're in trouble because something huge is coming.
Yeah, the little lights popping on. He added that compared to the picture on the right, you see? So he was already like, ooh, let me add some more stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Which I appreciate that. You're still, even to the end, trying to add a little bit more work and detail to it. Because that's the one thing I was going to say. I look forward to what this looks like when you add even a little bit more brightness. Right? And so the color choice of like a maroon, some blue for some of your metals. I really like that blue on some of your metals, like around the neck region I can see, on your weapon I can see. And then you have like still the copper look, metallic look, yet dark, kind of black, goth kind of looking Stompa, where it's like, well, he's still a goth Stompa, so he's gonna have his black, maybe a little bit of dark red or brass going on here, and then that blue is very, very subtle, like you can see it on the bunker gun. There's actually a little bit of blue on that bunker gun if you guys are looking. So those were all good choices.
It would look really good if he did that red on the eyes. Just to kind of look like more menacing.
Yeah. And then like we've seen some of the other competitions here, even if you want to make it easier on yourself, the eyes, maybe the top of that bunker right there, that rocket kind of hit the top areas, just like you hit that light. And this thing will just start popping even more. It's freaking great job, Nefarious School. Beautiful model. And I like that you'll see that he's in action, right? Getting that action, boy. Get stuck in you, lad. And we move on to Harry L. And I know normally, you know, some of these pictures you see, you only get 2 pictures. If I could fit 3, I'll fit 3. I felt like I could fit 3 of his, and I wanted to show the cleanness because this was one of the things where the third judge was like, man, I don't really see orcs being so clean like that. Like we've seen some of the other orc models, right, that were looking like they're super battle damage, but this gets going like for a very clean, detailed look that you can see here.
Yeah, this one just came out of the shop.
This dude, this one's ready to go. This one's for just the first game out since getting repaired from the last battle that he was in. This dude, though, is a knob, has his little power claw right there sticking out. I like that. So he's not just some random get with this little big mech cap. Let me get back to the main screen here. How clean it was is unique. Yeah, I appreciate it for what it is because that's what he wants. He's trying to put on a show with this model. All eyes on it, like I said. Red, yellow, white, man, nice. I like that it's not restricted to cult of speed, which a lot of the time these kids are. Right? When you get these color coordination, the colors on there, people end up just sticking to cult of speed. So the fact that you were able to kind of push something else out of it. Again, here's this grot. Here's your hazardous grot, you guys. See this ground right here? Like I said, if you weren't seeing earlier, this dude has the hammer This is, and he cannot hit this back part. See this flat back part? That is what he's trying to hit. If he hits that, flat mortal wounds. Boom.
Once he sees that one,
yeah, once
he's
he
in
one or two, dude. You re-roll hits, big shells for bigger gets, boom. Taking, he's the one who's causing it. And then the guy next to him, he's the other flat 3 mortal wounds that you're taking. All right. And then this dude in the back with the wrench, he's probably falling off or setting one of those other ones off too. That's when you roll 3 2s. Because if you roll 3 2s, now that's just bad luck. All right. That's bad luck. See, there he is in that bottom picture. And then the dude's on the phone not even paying attention. Dude, someone push him off. And someone push him off that rocket. But great job you get. Love to see. Oop, I'm all zoomed in right now. Love to see this kind of brightness of a model, really catching the eye, but yet having the metal weathered stomach pattern panels that are still kind of being like work in progress. Maybe you can think of it as a part of lore or intentional because they have vents, so people are like a screen, so like looking through them. Like Grot's maybe looking through that belly that he has there with those little screens, like vents kind of guns are. That's what I imagine why he has some of those in there. And just letting all the details that matter get the most attention. And then, you know, the Gatling gun on the Stompa doesn't have to get attention. The arm for the chain sword doesn't have to get attention. So beautiful stuff. Great attention to the Grots, each one of them themselves. Like you can see this Grot in the bottom right corner, his backpack or whatever ammo pack he's holding, all those brass bullets are painted and such too. So good work right there. And then we move on. This one was like the other side of the coin to Harry's, right? So Harry's was the red one that we just looked at. So shout out to Harry. And then now we have over here Brian, so hand shot, and he has the blue version of like what Harry was doing with the red one, right? Like
you gotta give him credit for his full name.
Yeah.
Hand shot first.
Oh, hand shot first. Sorry,
it's a Star Wars joke.
Oh, okay. Han Solo shot first. Let's go. Yeah. So hand shot first, and shout out to you, Brian. And it's cool because we had our boy Harry before this, and now we have yours with the blue one. So what do you think? You got the blue one?
Yeah, I love what he did with the rockets contrasting against the blue because the rockets have different colors. I guess we don't have the picture up.
No, I'll put it up. And then he sells the guy on top, but this guy looks like he's pointing. So instead of a power claw on a pistol, like he's gonna shoot, a 100-yard shot with the pistol. He's just pointing orders and demanding stuff. So I like that. What were you saying though?
The side shot where it shows, like, I guess you can see it kind of on the bottom picture.
Did I even show it? Did I show him like that? I did, right? Boom. This is him, like I was saying, guys. I don't know if I showed it. Making sure I show it real quick. At least
the other pictures
him on the top.
It shows it better.
Which one did you want?
That one right there.
This one?
Yeah. Like he really mixed all the colors on the rockets.
Oh,
to really just
okay.
kind of like pop and show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like this, dude. You guys a blue version. Look at that. Very nice.
And even the paneling too on the side.
I like how you put his date. Look at that. 6/24. Look how early this entry was. Heck yeah, boy. You were at work already. Each one of the little orc icons getting red. Little skull getting blue. The brass ammo coming off the death cannon. The Gret on top of I love that Gret's on top of the wrench. And like you said, he could pointing. And then, of course, he has to have that little reckless Gret on the mega rocket. Bro, get that little idiot off there, dude. God, you mech boys letting all your Grots be on there, and then you be messaging me, hey, Wild Tactics, for some reason my Stompa blows himself up. Why? I see why. You tempting Gork and Mork with that. You tempting Gork and Mork with that. So
you did a good job with the shading too on the lower or on the panels throughout with the blue.
Yeah, he did.
Just so it doesn't look so like flat.
Right here too. Last shot of that little Gret on top with this he has a little mic you can see. You see that on the top? Awesome. Yeah, so he's on that little top, like he's screaming down to them, like, "Hey!" through the pipe. "Hey, put some more ammo on the grid, more darker." Little dude, and then little dude in the motor back, like they added more ammo. Little idiot on top, push that dude off. God damn it!
He's not even looking the right way.
I know, he's not even looking the right way because he wants to hit the bottom of it. All right, and then we move on to our boy Lord Jim. Or should I call you Boss Jim? Oh, orange, dude. The first and I think only orange Stompa that we're going to have for the whole night. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We're already, let's see. We have about only 6 to 7 more entries left after this, including the winners. Dude, you're the only orange one. Yeah. Whoa. You right there. You're a winner just for having a pattern.
Yeah.
30 Stompas in an entry, and you the only orange one? There you go, dude.
It's a unique orange.
That's
too.
unique too, dude.
Like
and you pull it off. I really like how you got that going. So, David, what you think?
It's like that sunset orange.
Yes.
It's got a little mix of yellow and red, but it still keeps its orange
it,
to it.
It might have been brighter in the past, but the sunset definitely got it more and burned away some of that orange. Bit, faded a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. This is beautiful. Love this model. Really, really nice. It reminds me a lot of mine. I don't even know whatever.
Yours is on
you guys have seen film else, but
yours is on the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, mine's the thumbnail. There you go. If you see the thumbnail, dude, me and you, right? Yours might be a little better, but yours is better. But yeah, I like that. Mine's like a more flat version of yours. Yours is a nicer version of that one. But yeah, you did a great job calling that out with the sunset orange. Right?
He's got some nice rust spots.
Good rust spot, good weathering. Not enough grots, like we said, but mine either. Mine doesn't have enough grots. So, yeah, dude, we're twinning out here, dude, with ours. So, Lord Jim, shout out to you. I like that you took nice and neat, clean pictures. Boom, boom, 3 really good pictures. And let me see if there's wrong thing. I clicked over here.
Oh, there's a grot.
Let me go. Side. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna give you another shot of this. Boom. There you can see there's a grots peeking right there, and there's grots peeking over there. There we go. Now you guys can see, and then more of the rust on this weapon on the side. So really good job on this guy. Beautiful model. A lot of beautiful shots. A lot of beautiful Stompas for today. So thank you very much, Lord Jim, for your entry. Can we get a whoa? Because I ain't never seen Lord Jim before. And you can see, dude, he's unique. Yeah, dude, one of them sneaky blood axes out there with this orange life. And then we move on to my boy, Rick B. Whoa, let's go, Rick B. with his Stompa. My boy is checker heavy. Yeah, he is. Checker heavy right now. Let me see which one of these pictures.
Oh, and it's a, what is it? It's checkered in some sort of shape.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull up right now. That's what I'm trying to pull up right here. So you guys can see a bunch of checker signs, but then we're going to move to this one. I think it's some kind of peace sign. Boom.
It's a pretzel.
Yeah. Just so you know, you initially did win by default because you're watching the video in the background. Automatically you're winning. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to that. No. Whoa, no, I'm just kidding. You did that on purpose, huh? To get after my heartstrings you get. Yeah, no, I was joking with you. He said, yeah, it's a checker skull. Yeah, and it looks like just a skull. And he has like the 2 eyes. Is that the 2 blue dots are like little eyes or something?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Mech on top, checkered on the gun. Let's see. I have another shots of these right here from the side angle. Side angle for even more check. This is the most checker heavy. If there's a checker competition, you win in that one for sure. You get, Rick B. Shout out to my boy here. I love Rick B.
He's got checkered on all the weapons.
Yup, he got checkered head to toe. My boy's a golf Stompa for sure. For sure. He said that's a pretzel. Who called that a pretzel? Did you?
Yeah, I called it.
He's stupid space hole. All right. Stupid. That's funny. All right. Heck yeah, dude. I hear you got the golf Stompa. David, you want to let us know what the golf Stompa is, since our boy Rick B has an awesome golf Stompa here?
Well, this is the close combat one, so it usually swaps out the range weapons for extra claws. They're big enough to toss tanks aside and stack them up like a house of cards.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of those.
Heck yeah! And then what I really like that people always forget when I do play with my orcs is that stuff jumps out of it. And we've seen very rarely, guys, but we have seen on the channel people put a Big Mac and then 20 boys on a list, and then a Stompa. And the Big Mac has the button for the boys, and they come spilling out with the stealth enhancement. I miss that times. And that's what this reminds me of, dude. Like, he wants to be a Dread Mob Stompa, but in reality, he's just a golf boy inside of a big Stompa body. So shout out to my boy Rick B, and we move on. We move on to our boy Resk, where he has his own unique, like a Wraith Guard style Stompa. He has a picture for size comparison, as you can see there. So that's a knight looking like Resk.
Resk?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is there 2 Resk?
He has 2 entries?
I thought that we did a Resk, but it was a different.
No, it's a different. No, Resk has right here.
Yeah. I like that picture.
On this one?
Yeah.
Boom. He added this later when after his initial entries.
It was like a giant wraith.
Yeah, it's like a giant wraith knight. I love the dude on top. Like, he's in a little platform by himself, and he's in control personally, looking out from the top, overseeing everything that he's doing, completely dominating the machine firsthand, in control, which is different to other Stompas. Then he has that crazy wraith arm that just looks like a bunch of like weird stuff that you put in your ear. I don't really like that.
Yeah,
It's creepy.
I can't tell if it's like little guns or it's an actual like melee weapon.
It's like a wraith. It's like little guns from a wraith gun. And then just to show you for size, that's a little baby Arbinger Knight that's fit between his legs.
That's crazy.
So he's
you saw that other picture?
He's
of
gigantic.
The Gargant.
What?
Gargant size comparison.
To what?
Over here on your other tab. No, never mind. I was gonna compare it. It's the larger one. It's like the size of a Mega Gargant.
It's like the size of a Mega Gargant from how big it is.
Yeah, for the
you think
stature.
So?
Yeah.
He's not as I would say I've seen it. No, he's more of like a great Gargant because this is a Stompa right here.
Stompa's bigger than an Arminger, isn't it? Taller?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because here's a Warhound.
That kind of looks like it fits between those. I don't know.
No, a Stompa Hole does. I would say you're close. I'd say he's at least
a great Gargant.
I'd say he's at least a / Stompa. If you guys if you guys go to your wiki and Gargant or Gargants where it shows like all the old school ones, and we actually have played with the Mega Gargant. You guys think no Orc players ever played? We have a local that actually brought a Mega Gargant. If you guys, and here, if you guys, we can show you real quick what we're talking about. What we're looking at here. If you're looking on your wiki, right? So here's the Stompa, kind of a little bit on the smaller end. We're thinking this rest looks like he's with a / Stompa, but with the Mega Gargant, if you check out one of our APOC shorts, you can see that we played. We had someone bring this, and I brought the mech as a warlord since I was the team captain, and he was given this thing +1 to hit. Let's go with all the crazy guns.
That was
it was so silly. Yeah, it was so silly. MVP ended up winning us the game. But yeah, so shout out to that. That's what that reminded me of. So shout out to you again. We move on. Resk 2. And it was awesome paint job by the yellow and the weathering too, dude. We were just all so distracted by just how freaking gigantic he was. Yeah. So no shame to your game for him just being beautiful like that either. And then we move to
Snotling Spar.
He said it's also pronounced Spar, like boxing.
Spar.
Snotling Spar. That's what he called this. And he put it as a collage. He says, I remember you saying you liked my last entry all in one image, so I did it again. Yes, you in fact did, you get. So great job by that. It's a beautiful model. Really, really great job on that fiery sun inside the bad moon, but with the green twist. Like it's just radiating WAAAGH energy from the inside of the Stompa. It's almost like I'm looking into him and the energy that he's protruding out. But then you have a green checker on the half side of his chin. Woo, boy, that's nice. Slick. I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna lie. I know you didn't win because we only have 2 and then we're not done necessarily yet. But this was really close, dude. This is why we needed another voter, to be honest. This was very, very hard. So just so you know. So yeah, we trust you. We love you. These are always super hard. Maybe on a different day you would have won somehow. It's because we're moody humans. I'm not sure. But this was a really good one. Can we get some like Def Dreads or Mech Boy Stompas in the chat? Whatever we got for the emojis. If you can't, you can do a frog like our boy Daggers does. You're not a channel member, I guess. Whatever you guys got. But yeah, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Snotling Spar because I love the platforming he has for the grots to look like they're running around doing work, moving ammo around. He still is the idiot with the hammer on top of his Mega Rocket. And then green somehow blending with this yellow. Very unique, just incorporation of green alongside yellow that you really never get to see, in my opinion. Right? Yeah. I don't know if you guys think I'm wrong here. This is pretty outrageous. If you guys think this is awesome, pretty sick, let me know in the chats because I was pretty blown away by this. But he's beautiful, beautiful job. Everything about this model I really appreciate and really like. So it was a hard one. It was a hard one, like I said. Let me see if I can get a closer up on it with my boom, just to give a little bit more of close-ups for all you gets.
Yeah, he just did such a good job with the green.
Such a good job with the green and the weathering underneath that you can barely notice. He kept the brightness, gave it enough weathering so it looks realistic, and then grots all over this thing. Look at that. Beautiful stuff.
Well, that's what
A
just
dude-
kind of adds.
a dude
to,
jumping
'cause
down the
they're-
ladder.
Since all the grots are green and
Yeah.
you put green on the paneling, it just
More
blends
green.
really good,
Very good. It's a different green, but still really nice. These guys are coming off all these guys are if you guys ever wonder as new orc players where people get these little grots from, these are from the mech gun kit because you don't need the grot crew for anything. So a lot of time people use them, either they make more grots with them or they do stuff like this where they incorporate them into builds, right? But really great job here. Beautiful stuff, dude. Keep up the good work. Thank you for participating. It was like off the skin of my teeth did you not end up being the winners. So it was really, really close. And we have another really good one here with the Big Rick is what he's called.
Big Rick.
So Big Rick, this is from my boy, the Drunken Orc. Whoa! Pretty wild, crazy, outrageous model here where he just has layers and levels to him. He did leave it all one picture, just like our other get. I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see. We're getting near the end. But David, pretty wild here. If you guys are looking at the screen from left to right, he has a crazy banner with a little beard. Freaking dude, or bearded orc, which you guys know, orcs don't grow beards. That means he has a squig that grows hair, which means this is a prestigious orc where he actually has a facial hair squig, very rare. And then it's just like a custom build. So it's like a big Stompa. And then on top of his back, he's imitating the Imperial's cathedral type knights, where he has his guns on top and then guys riding it. Right. So
dude, this one's sick.
The difference is where the heck is his force field? You would think he'd have a force field, but it is really sick. Like, what is this in this top left corner? Is that a helicopter? A death copter coming off the top of it? Like, he actually has the death copter platform. Dudes with machine guns. This guy at the very top, like he's yelling down.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
How did this one not win?
Oh,
Should we call an audible?
yeah.
Third winner?
Yeah, there's me a winner. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think you just didn't see it as well because David wasn't sure. But yeah, it was maybe because I didn't zoom in enough for you when I showed you. Yeah, but this one was super crazy.
It wasn't until we zoomed in. That
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, David didn't see
I
before.
gotta call out. I really like that front banner. It's the Vitruvian man, the Da Vinci's little man. And,
Yeah.
I'm shouting that out specifically because when we first started 40K.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was we were the Renaissance men. That was our team name. And we had that logo, but the original, not the orc version. So this is real sick. Just shout that out.
Oh, the Drunken Orc has the video. So shout out the Drunken Orc. You can check out his video.
Oh, nice.
He said, love the video he did making this get. So let's go. So he showed that off so you guys can actually see what he did. Go give him some love from us. Thank you for coming over here and showing love to us by participating in this. I was really sick of you. And yeah, we were called the Renaissance Men as our very first team name when we went to the Las Vegas Teams event. And that's what we had as our team logo. We had that. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good callback to that. So you struck a heartstring or David's heart right there. Yeah, I like that shin right there. Right? The death skull this is a beautiful model. The death copter on top. This is an insane. Then he has a little house, a little shack for their maintenance shack. Oh my goodness, this was insane, dude. This is a true work of art. True beauty.
Appreciate it. Orc with a beard too. I don't know how lore accurate that is. But
no, I told you he has a squig that grows hair.
Oh,
and then he just shaves it and puts his hair on him.
Awesome.
Yeah, because squigs can evolve to do like anything. So there's hundreds to thousands of variations of squigs. Some of them are just food. Some of them are for games. Some of them are for warfare. In this case, he is for cosmetics. So yeah, there we go. So shout out to the Drunken Orc with his legendary orc. Of course, you got your channel, you got your stuff, and so if you don't have a crazy model or presentation like him, don't worry. He actually has a channel for it. He does this on the side. So we know that everybody else around here, we normal humans. So I can't ever compete with that. That's a beautiful thing to do, the Drunken Orc. Welcome the Big Rig to the Great Wall. And then, wrong one, right? Oh, no, this was another one. Yeah, there's another one. I was like, oh, okay. And then we move on to the last of they didn't win, but they were in the top contention for doing a great job. And this was the Bad Moon Stompa, where he's literally bellied up as a moon. That's what he said. He's right here. He said, that's my good. Whoa, yeah. Giving some Gaz is in the chat, or Dread Mobs in the sorry, Def Dread's in the chat for our boy. What? How do you say that name? What? Chitlorian. I can't even read that, dude.
Or just call him Vice
We're
Boy.
gonna call you Vice Boy, bro, with that wild ass name right here. You got here. He called that, and here's my last entry, the Fat Mork. Whoa, I like that. Absolutely sick model right here. Yeah, we got a bunch of walls in chat for this one, dude. This is a mean looking, crazy, maul having, mace wielding, super def cannon gun. I love this. Very, very great custom job. If this was the custom job competition, probably be in the winning right there too. Like we said, very, very hard to do regardless. David, what do you think?
Oh yeah, do that custom. Just the fact that it's shaped like a moon with the top portion.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. And then just yellow. Always a fan of people pulling off yellow.
dude, pulling off yellow, dude, is biased. If it was me just voting, guys, I might just always pick all yellows, and that's why I need other judges, because I'm an idiot. And I'll just pick all yellow because I'm like, I can't do that. So this is sick. Look at that. I'm showing another close up, you guys, on screen for some of this if you want to see.
So is that like a custom force field on top or a gun?
That looks like a gun.
Gun. Okay.
It does. This guy's looking out for something on top, dude.
I like the little yellow hat.
Yeah, little yellow hat, dude. He has a Smurf hat, dude. It's like a little. You right?
Yeah, he's in the wrong universe,
dude. Hold on. And you know what though, dude? No, he likes this part. This is his favorite part. You know how I know that? He gave us a picture of it zoomed in on, dude. He's like, check out my Smurf grot. Like, I love that, dude. Awesome with the little. Where'd you even get that model? Oh man, where'd you even get one that has that?
He had to make that hat.
Yeah. Huh?
I think he custom made.
He had to custom make the hat, a little Hershey kiss on top of him. Dude, love that. You did a sick job. Like I said, if it's just for the custom creativity, I would have picked that one all day. You know, so sick model, beautiful model, loved it. I love to see these kind of Stompa variation where he still kept the theme of it having like a wide belly, but he customized it by giving it like its own horn, so it does really look like a moon. Ooh, that just spoke to me from the custom man. If I didn't have a Stompas already and two of them already over here, I'd be like, man, let me get one of these from you, bro. Hook me up, right? I'd be contacting you so you can give me one of these commissioned. That's how much I like the customization on it. So great work, dude.
He's got a little bit of orange on the foot too.
What?
It looks orange at least on the foot.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Whenever it has like an orange, just like you were saying, the sun-kissed, because it kind of imitates the weathering of maybe it was brighter and it's fading and getting a little dirty. It just makes the whole thing blend a lot better. So sick work, dude, right there on the cusp edge of my teeth for being a winner. Could be a winner on any other given day. No harm, no foul.
These are always so
much
hard.
love. It's super hard, so please keep competing and having entries. Well, this one was surprising because this was our winner, and then I checked out who it was, and it was our boy Tom. Oh, no, this isn't. I'm sorry, one extra. Oh, I'm sorry, my kid. This is my boy Ecop. No, this is my boy Ecop too, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my boy Ecop. Yeah, this is my boy Ecop. Dude, you were so close to winning too. I miscounted, guys, because I have 30 and I'm on 28, so I was see. I'm sorry, guys. That was me, Ecop. Ecop, sorry, dude, to do that to you.
So
no, Ecop, you were right there at the end too, dude. He goes, "This me Stompa. It stomps, it crumps, and no ask no questions." Yeah, well, I asked too many questions and I accidentally said had you right at the end, one slide too early. But dude, great freaking work here on this one as well. Let me show a little bit of the updates that I put, because like some zoom-ins that we have here for the Ultra Boys. He has his wall. He has his grot stick sticking out the side. Grot sticking at the top of it as well. I like when people do right on them, but look, he ended up taking the ultramarine symbol, and then he just made it into Ultra Boys, just like if his dudes ran into them and into a fight and start looting them, which I always appreciate. Oh. Sorry, guys, I was putting the other pictures up. Then we move on to, oh, shit. Another hazardous, rustic look. I like the blue metallic paint that we have here. David?
Yeah, he did a good job of adding those rust spots on the checkered pattern over there.
Yeah, well, I feel like whenever I did that, I might sometimes overdo it and the look as well. Something we also liked was the brightness. that he was bringing on with his green skin, his green actual energy that he has on the other side that will show off with the pipes. Whenever this blue, metallic blue, guys, if you're a newer person, I would say you experiment more with like this kind of metallic aqua blue, but it still has enough of a kind of a dark feature color to it that you can pass it off as metal, which I've been adding into my stuff. So I was pretty biased into appreciating that too. The brass, the horns, I love the blending on the horns that he did here.
Yeah.
Right. Really good fading from horn to just tip black. This is a straight up golf Orc Stompa right here as well. Oh, sorry, chat. Roll too far up. Oh, he said, yeah. It's the wrecking Stompa. So crazy. Let's go, ECOB. Beautiful stuff here. Oop. Let me show this.
Yeah, you got to show off the barrel.
Yeah, I like that barrel. Where's my boy at? I pressed the wrong gun. There we go. Oh.
I guess the main picture is the one that shows the best.
Oh, the main picture is the one that shows the best. But we have the side profile of the gun. Oh. Bam.
Oh, he's got his little grot on a tiny
rocket.
He
Still got to. Okay. So you're probably not rolling as many hazardous, are you, ECOB? Because this looks like he probably hit the little rocket. You probably be okay. You know what's really cool is how big the shells are for that def cannon.
Oh, right.
It's like each cell's like the size of a grot. So I appreciate that because that's what we want to see. Then we got this little dude on the side, sticking out the side of the belly. I don't know what he is, holding that sack. Whenever you have your grots hanging around all over the outside, that's what I want to see. Good job bringing highlight color to each one of these weapons, to each of the edge pieces that you can see. Even on the Gatling, he has some red. On the top of that exhaust pipe, he has some red. But then he has the actual pilot being blue, kind of sticking true to the fact that he's a mech boy, even though he might be a mech boy inside of a golf wall, right? Keep that in mind, guys. People forget, a WAAAGH is usually a conglomeration of clans that are all going to a fight at once. And so there's a chance that you're going to have some kind of mech boy in your actual WAAAGH as well, right? And that's how you even end up with Stompas and such in the golf clan, right? Because if it was all just one clan that did everything, there's a chance that they wouldn't have enough mech boys to make a Stompa. But if you kind of adopt some leftover, pick up another WAAAGH, you beat up another clan on your same planet, and then you took off, well, you incorporated the Death Skulls into their WAAAGH. And that's what I felt like he was doing here, where he had some kind of blue dudes, even though the theme on the outside really much looks like it's golf related. And he's like, well, we looted some ultramarines, so I'm gonna put some blue on and we good now. So great job to you, Ecomp. And then we move on to an actual the winner. That's not bad, dude, because you guys had a close scheme. This was a close competition here between this, but this is the get who caught me off guard. Was our boy Tom Godfrey. And if you ever paid attention to the channel, Tom Godfrey is actually a competitive player that we've covered before with his list, doing well, going undefeated at events and such like that typically. But then he had some in the some secret sauce for us, where he was actually out here able to paint. We have 2 slides here of his stuff, so you can get a better look without having to point everything out.
What's more DAPA? I mean,
huh?
What's more DAPA?
More DAPA?
Yeah, it says double P. So DACA?
I don't know. What's more DAPA? Maybe he just feels like because he's dapper. He's dapper, like Mr. Dapper. That's what he feels like. So
you got to introduce him too properly.
So it's funny because he has a little top hat. What? He says, introducing Sir Stompa, the gentleman Stompa. That's what he said. So it's a friggin' Stompa with a top hat. And then he has a bow tie. That's pretty hilarious. I love the little belly, thing as well. The little sun. Is that a Cult of Speed? Is that a Cult of Speed one? I kind of feel like that's a Cult of Speed. It is. That's a Cult of Speed with the on his belly. I'm pretty sure with the little red sun. So evil suns. Well, that's what it has to be. And then, like you said, he has a more DAPA. So let's turn this over so you can see, so you can get a zoom in. And then he has a mustache. He has the banner with the little mustache on the banner. The weathering. So even on that skull, you can see he took a chunk out of the paint, like it took a bullet to it. Yeah, it is Evil Suns. Yeah. And then he has the chains hanging off the side of it. The weapon, his actual big chain weapon, has just enough blood on it. It's not oversaturating the weapon, because sometimes I know I've done that in the past where you put too much of the blood. Still kept variations in the arm color, where it's like some of it's a brass, some of it looks like a more recent metal. He distinguished the actual turning wheel, like if you were to do research. Yeah, Each one of the little pipes is a different color too, like it's doing different fluids and coolings. So even that detail was made and taken consideration. The exhaust fan looking like bullets ricochet off the exhaust fan. You can see, I mean, the big exhaust pipe weapon.
He even did the ray on the main.
Oh, through the vent.
Yeah,
Yeah. He did this the
That's
actual
hard.
evil sun ray through the vent as well. So much little attention to detail all on this. And then he did just enough customization where it was cool to add to the painting potential of it, you know. So I liked it very much. Another beautiful one, subtle, nice, creative, very close, like we said, with most of the other ones as we were going through this as a whole. So they're always really hard pulling on all of our heartstrings here at WAAAGH Tactics anyways. So if you didn't win, you know, it's no harm to you. We definitely loved you and appreciate everybody that competed. But right now, let's get a wall for our winner, Tom Godfrey, actually showing up and showing out for the competitive scene, having the other first, you know, competitive player winning a paint competition so far in our Discord, because we do have a good split of both. But for someone who just mostly plays competitive, first time him getting a good W here. So yeah, thank you for that, Def Dread in chat, Mr. Chompton, because you had a great Model 2 yourself, homie. So good job supporting, good sportsmanship here as well. And shout out to you, Tom Godfrey, because you won, you little winner. So now I actually have to deal with you some more. So let's go. And then we move on to the next winner, the last but not least, the final stomp on our list. And here we have, let me go back so I can actually have my boy's name already taken out correctly. I scrolled past it. Yeah, we're still looking at you, Godfrey. Sorry. If he was an early entry too, and you can say his name.
We got Schaefer.
Now we have Schaefer with his giant bellied Bad Moons Stompa. With a free-handing Bad Moons crazy grimace face like we've never seen. Oh, bug-eye box head Stompa.
Yeah, that's
with
sick.
that crazy weathering and just free-handing all over the place. Little grots sticking out the sides. The banner with the different clans and variation colors on the side of it too.
I like that banner on top, the Bad Moon banner.
Yeah,
his eye just keeps staring at me.
The actual Stompa face, stupid looking googly eyes itself is one thing, and then I look down and I see just this grimacing dude at me like, ha ha, got your ass. Because the fact that his arms are just hanging so low, and so low that these look like extremely. He really just looks like a mobile fortress shooting these super cannons on both sides, like we spoke about earlier with the variations of Stompas, right? This right here, this is a Mech Boy Stompa.
Yeah.
So this one, you want me to read it or you to read it?
You can read it.
Did you say it? So this one, we were looking it up too, because I was like, man, there's more to Stompas whenever I Googled it, right, guys? Because, you know, we don't all read all the books. Because I've seen them, like heard of them in lore where people have double weapons or they have like chain weapons, but that's because this is the Big Mech Stompa. So precise to a Big Mech Stompa, since he's a big Bad Moon Stompa, he replaces mech guns for two massive cannons, right? And then he'll also have rapid firing cannons, as you can see on the side of that, with all the missiles. They actually so fearful with their mechs because they're overprotective of them, so they make custom force fields. And this one looks like he might be able to incorporate a custom force field in the back, but he's also looking extra fat, like he may be able to just endure some kind of firepower. Ultimately, he does seem like the pinnacle of a Big Mech's creation by his fat capacity, ability to have a big force field in him, different kind of gun turrets sticking out of the sides. He looks completely fortified, yet well equipped. He has this little bunker up here on the top with that banner, so he's just his dignifying banner. Do you guys know what all these little signs are? Would these be all the clans that are like involved in this one clan? That's kind of what I was thinking. Are these like the people they've overcome? You know, because he even has a freaking moon on that. Right. If you guys look at that actual banner, he has a little free-handed moon on that actual banner as well. In this picture on the right.
Yeah. No, I love that he went red with the gun too, because it just pops.
Yeah. Yep.
It
And
doesn't take away. From
that's his
regular-
hazardous gun. You can
Huh?
see that looks like a custom Mega Blaster.
Yeah.
That's his hazardous gun. And shout out to our boy for €5, Patty Mick. Whoa, they get a great entry too. You get so thank you very much for that. You didn't say much. Where you at, Patty Mick? Oh, Patty Mick said, "Whoa, yeah, you got yours anyways. You get, but you got 2 for that. Thank you very much for the support because we do it for the community. So thank you guys. Leave likes for whoever's here and shows up. Sometimes I want to make it less than an hour or an hour, but we got caught, lost in the sauce with you guys and kind of laughing over some of the weird commentary that we were getting on here with our Barbies and our type of weird stuff that we had today. But hey, I'm here for it. So we're gonna announce another winner as well. Shout out to the kids who did win. Shafir, I'll let you know your winner. I'll let you know right now. Make sure you answer my DM. Doing that live, guys, right? So now you guys all know because that's how we do the paint competitions we bring for you. And of course, don't be surprised if you see one of these winners in our videos coming up because we like to always show the paint competition winner ends up being a part of our sponsor and promotions are just sometimes just featured in our videos anyways. So if you like competing, you want to keep competing, just remember you're going to probably be featured everywhere if you keep playing. So that's pretty sick. So thank you very much to Shafir. Thank you to everybody who was involved in the paint competition. Because we always got to remember that. Here we go. So keep a lookout for the videos to come, the after action reports, because those are the new things, the content that we want to introduce in tactics videos. Of course, we're finishing off covering all the detachments and revisiting them, some of them. So we're gonna have the Bully Boy video. And then we're preparing. Remember, Orktobers are on the corner. So if you got video ideas or stuff you guys want to see, we're already putting our stuff together as we speak. So just thank you for all the support, lads, because we're creeping up. We got 6K. Let's get to 7K and beyond. Let's get to that 10K eventually if we could. So
just keep an eye out for the next paint competition. We'll put a post here soon.
I know what I want.
Oh, you want?
I already know.
Then go for it.
I'm ready to know.
Let them know.
So if you guys haven't been paying attention, no, I'm just kidding. You guys haven't. So the guys who've been paying attention, Dread Mob has been doing good since the nerfs, and have been hurting. Even the orcs have been hurting, and it's been several weeks throughout. For at least 3 to 4 weeks in a row, where Dread Mob has been like the most performing one. And you guys know I'm a Dread Mob fan, so I had to find the time and the place to slip in what I'm a fan of, which is the killer cans. So we had a Death Dread, we had the Stompa. I'm in the mood for the killer cans. So just a 3-man unit of killer cans. Go ahead and put that competition in. We'll put the date out, but we'll probably give you guys 2 months for it, right? So we're probably looking at, let's see,
September.
Yeah, so the end of September. What do you say?
Maybe the 22nd, and then we'll do the stream 26th.
Okay, so that last entry for that will be the 22nd.
Yeah, so it gives you guys plenty of time to pin some killer cans up.
Yep. So the last day for the competition will be, for your entry, will be September 22nd, and then the announcement for the winner will be on the 26th, so that same week. So now we have it out there. Killer cans, time to get stuck in, lads. 3 of them going in. What did you win? If you're Schaefer, if that is you, prove it's you in Discord. Reply to my DM immediately. Give me all of your information. No, I'm just kidding. But you get a pair of WAAAGH 6 dice. That's what you get. You get a set. So send me your information so you can get those dice. So yeah, with that being said, anything else, David?
No, this was fun. Always glad to do these.
Yeah.
And see the creativity from the community, inspiring everyone else.
Legendary. Like I always said leading up to this, our community is legendary for our painting and our hobbying and kit bashing, right? Some people might hate it because they like more neat stuff, whatever it may be. And I don't care. Ultimately, we're known to make anything out of anything and paint anything up, from the most brightest to the most creative to cartoonish, whatever it is. You can always see that in the Golden Demon competitions. So thank you to the Orc community for getting stuck in. But there's always one thing to keep in mind is don't cross our wall, because we knock your teeth out. Whoa!